Hello, hope you guys are all doing well. In this episode, Norma looks like she's been kidnapped by Turner's people. Norma is Warren's mom. Turner is basically the bloke that is kind of wanting to set Norma up and kill her, basically. And Warren is trying to help his mum out because we all know Norma is going to donate part of her liver to Warren. He's got liver disease. And Grace is being pulled into the job as well by Warren, and in turn Norma's offered her double money. That's when Grace came in. Grace was kind of privileged to meet Norma because her dad used to talk about her all the time, and you can tell also Norma kind of likes Grace, and you can tell she knows her as well because obviously that's she knows her through Grace's dad. And unfortunately, when they were trying to pull the wool over Turner's eyes, he was one step ahead, so he's got more men and kind of beaten Norma's men and then kidnapped Norma. So it's a very sticky situation they're in now. Also, Grace found out that Norma's actually Warren's mum, and Warren is he didn't want to tell her at first, but obviously Grace kept pushing. So now that she knows, she's going to help because she thought Norma had no relationship with Warren. Why is she going to put her neck on the line? I think Warren's explained quite a lot, to be honest. So Grace is on board, and Norma, who knows what they're going to do with her. So it's a bit of, it is more than a sticky situation. I found this whole thing very interesting, and I really like the cast between the three and the play, the acting. I think they would all be great together in terms of for the future at the village, and you can just tell they would be a good family unit. Even though Grace and Warren, they're not together, you can just tell that they would be the one family that'll be interesting in that village. So I really like them. We'll see. Hopefully they can save Norma. And we also have let's talk about Imran for a second in the middle. He's got the eating disorder still, and he's basically helping a lot to clean around the house. And Tom, Yaz, they're kind of suspicious. Tom was more suspicious because he caught Imran having his watch tracker basically on workout mode, and whilst he was cleaning, Tom just knew instantly that Imran's obsession's probably back, and he's probably on the he's probably this kind of back to his old habits. And again, it's a very serious situation as well. So, and you can't, if someone's in that mode, there's no talking to them. They listen, like Tom said, he explained to Imran's mom, they listen to certain podcasts and whatnot, and Misbah was kind of sad and not too surprised either. And she kind of knew that Imran should have stayed with her. Yaz took that personal, and she walked off. Then Tom went off as well. I think Tom bumped into Imran later and kind of confronted him a little bit. Imran went a little bit ballistic and said he's going to move out if Tom and and Imran's family keep pushing him, etc. And obviously, kind of trust is a bit broken. They're not really listening to him. But as viewers, we know that Imran's still obsessing and he's still got the eating disorder back on because he's hiding his cookies. He's on working out excessively. He's listening to these podcasts, probably not even obviously they're filling his head with toxic stuff, as Tom said. Again, great storyline. I think great acting from Imran as well, and I think that it's going to take time. Even Yaz said it in the episode as well, that he can't go over that easy. Because it's always going to be there. It's going to come back from time to time, I guess. And it depends on everyone. Everyone has differences. And again, it's a really good situation and really interesting as well, to be honest. They haven't had done an eating disorder storyline for quite a while at Hollyoaks, so I'm kind of glad or chuffed that they have to raise more awareness. Also, oh yeah, John Paul kind of knows that Mercedes, there's something going on with Mercedes and Felix, and his suspicions are right. And I said in the previous episode review, the fact that, Felix, as soon as he walked over to Mercedes in the cemetery and kind of consoled her, and Mercedes confided in her, that we just knew. And even John Paul said it in this episode that Mercedes and men, friendship don't mix. She always gets involved, and so true as well. What I found really funny is that when he asked Mercedes to come over to participate in a self-defense class at the school, and she's gonna be a demonstration whilst he demonstrates on her, I thought that was really funny. And then he kind of sniffed her and goes, "Is that new perfume? Did you wear perfume this morning after we met?" I found that kind of creepy but funny as well. It's very innocently creepy, if that's even a thing. And then he starts naming spices like cardamom and cinnamon, stuff like that. And then she goes, Mercedes goes, "I'm not a spice rack." And then he goes, "Tasty." She smells tasty or something like that. And I don't know, I thought that was kind of hilarious. And yeah, so he was demonstrating the self-defense class or self-defense moves to her, and the kids were learning, I guess. And Mason and Vicky partnered up. To Mason's surprise, Vicky asked him to be a partner, and he kind of enjoyed that. And until everything was going well, until DeMarcus walked in, and then Vicky clearly is more interested in DeMarcus, probably in friendship-wise or even something else, probably romantically, but she clearly likes being more around to DeMarcus, and I think Mason took that very personally. He sent him a message from his, I think probably his burner phone, and then a nasty message. "Oh, your dad's going out with a local biker or whatever," and are you talking about Mercedes? And yeah, I think Vicky said no one's leaving this class until everyone shows their phone, so he might be in a bit of a pickle there. Overall, very thrilling, decent episode, and kind of comedic scenes as well. And I think that is it for the end of the episode review. Peace.